Hi, my name is Nia Jamshidi. I went to East High School, graduated in 2011, and I went to Sarah Lawrence College, which is a liberal arts school in Bronxville, New York. I wanted to leave Utah, and I applied to a bunch of places outside the country, no, outside the state. And the reason that I chose Sarah Lawrence as one of the places that I applied to was because they have no majors, and no requirements for generals. They focus very much on writing instead of tests. There are no tests. And they gave me, and then I picked them specifically because they gave me a lot of financial aid as well. So those are the reasons I went there. So I always wanted to study history, so I went to Sarah Lawrence. I thought I was going to study medieval history. I took Latin for a couple of years and realized that I don't care as much for medieval history, so I decided that I wanted to do classical history, like Roman history, Greek history, things like that. So I decided to study that, and the fact that Sarah Lawrence had no majors was a really big help there because then I had time and room to decide what I wanted. Sarah Lawrence is the only school I know of, even with the liberal arts colleges, that doesn't have majors or generals. There are some schools, I think Brown doesn't require generals, but most schools require generals and majors. Sarah Lawrence is like really unique in that. At the moment, not much. I'm going to continue my education. I'm going to get a master's and hopefully a PhD in history, ancient history, and then teach eventually. One thing I really liked was the fact that I could talk to my professors at any point. I could go to their office. And we had very small classes, so all my professors knew me really well. I called them by their first name, but I think people do that sometimes. It depends on the professor. My best experience was my study abroad experience. I went to Italy for half a year, and I was unhappy about the academics, but it was a good time because it was a very culturally diverse place and I got to meet really cool people and see a lot of art. So that was the best college experience I had. And then the worst college experience I had was also because of Italy, because the academics were alright, but they taught as Italians did because the professors were all Italian. And they weren't the same as Sarah Lawrence professors. They didn't seem to care as much about the students as the Sarah Lawrence professors did, or at least some of them. My Italian teachers were great, but my history teacher was terrible. And what Sarah Lawrence does is after a class, they give grades, but you don't really get to see grades unless you ask for them. What they do is write long evaluations about the students. So this professor wrote the same evaluation for every single person. They just changed the names, and for one special case, they forgot to change the name for that person. And when I looked to see what grade they gave me a B+, and I was very angry about that. And I was like trying to talk to the administration and be like, he wrote the same evaluation for everyone, and he gave the same grade out to everyone, and he obviously didn't care enough, so can you do something about it? And the administration was like, there's nothing we can do, because he already gave the grade, and that was a terrible experience for me. And my friends. Everyone was mad. Apply to more schools. I only applied to 4 schools when I was going away. And I think there's a lot of schools that I know that I would have gotten if only I had applied. And that would have given me a bigger range to choose from. I really liked the school that I went to, but I feel like if I were to go back, I would say apply to more schools. Go to a liberal arts school. It's really, really cool.